true nobility is exempt for fear, meaning there can actually never be any fear, anxiety, obsession, insecurity, shortcoming, not just in our talent, integrity, morality, character, skill, knowledge, intelligence, wisdom, but also in our nobility, in our sovereignty, distinction, and all that we have developed and sought, not through independence, but also through basically decades long of hard work and ambition, desire, dedication, perseverance, persistence, resilience, all that is going to stay with us to the bitter end, to the death, as we approach through the difficulties, destructions, and betrayals of life, and ultimately only to die, to be dead, but nobility is still going to be with us because we are noble if we have it within ourselves. No matter what other people think, say, do to us is absolutely another matter, and even if they subject us to criticism, betrayal, rejection, corruption all the time, then still they will not be able to hammer or break apart or shatter our qualities, virtues, values that we hold in high importance, esteem, regard in our lives that we have cultivated, grown, and developed by putting everything else in secondary positions, by sacrificing basically society, by compromising and parting ways absolutely with company and exposure, interactions, communications, relationships, validation, approval, attention. Those qualities are always going to be with us to the death. So that's how this paradox and contradiction works. And if we really have nobility within ourselves in our thought, action, behavior, possessions, ideologies, then we need not fear anything at all, because courage is knowing what exactly is to be feared and what is not to be feared at all. What we should fear, what we should not fear, what we should do, what we should not do, what is just, what is unjust. Courage, ethics, morality, groundedness, faith, virtue teaches us about all these primary and critical and fundamental differentiations and differences in our lives, without which we are just going to lead a life of ignorance, arrogance, conformity, and mediocrity as everyone else in the modern society, the masses. So when we have true nobility, authenticity, genuineness, organic character, and other critical virtues within us that we have developed, and that is also partly natural, then no one can take those things away from us. We cannot be exempted of these virtues through the application, exercise of fear by the majority, by governments, authoritarian, powerful, controlling organizations, institutions, etc. We're always going to be powerful if we are powerful. We're always going to be noble if we're already noble. We're always going to have nobility within ourselves in our thought, action, ideology, deeds, successes, governing our whole psyche.